Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Prison Break. I'm your host, JD Rutherford. Here we are once again. Segment 3, Understanding the Departure from Rational Thinking. What is it? How does it occur? And when does it occur? Well, the departure from rational thinking, or DFRT for short, is what's called the wrong programming we receive beginning in our earliest childhood, and it progresses its way up into our teen years or adolescence, and it's what shapes the way we see the world, how we think, and how we believe when we're adults. Now, this wrong programming, DFRT, that we receive, we accept it willingly. We agree to receive this information, all of this input data that's being given to us by those we trust, those that we could call our external stressors. Now, our external stressors are any and all outside influences that have an impact and shape the way we think and believe. So external stressors could actually come in the form of hard or soft. Hard external stressors are those individuals that are actually a part of our life. They're our parents, our grandparents, our brothers, our sisters, our aunts, our uncles, friends at school, friends in the neighborhood, neighbors, teachers, doctors, even public servants. Anybody that we are learning from is those that are externally stressing us to believe and think in a certain way. In other words, what it is we don't really see the world through our own eyes. No, we don't. We see the world through the eyes of everybody that is inputting data into us. It's all of their thoughts, their beliefs, their opinions, and their ideas on anything and everything, and what stuff should look like. It's kind of like we're seeing the world through their eyes, and we are them. So if we accept all this information, we agree to receive this information, it's based because we are young children, and we trust those that are around us to guide us in the right direction without even considering the source. So the person that's actually inputting the data into our thinking and shaping the way we see the world, we don't consider the source. We have no idea what they're going through. I mean, they could be failing in their job, failing in their marriages, could be on drugs, could be alcoholics, could be down and out, in and out, whatever it is. These burdens that they have on them, they are giving them to us, and we are receiving the burden. We're placing the burden on our own shoulders, and the burden becomes ours. And we start to see the world in the way that they see it. So they're shaping our minds. And this doesn't happen just like automatic and out in the open. Sometimes it could be very subtle. There could be like only certain things that are inputted in that we actually carry on. We might be able to get other information from others that are in our life, and that will kind of override the main source of negativity that we're getting from one person. Nevertheless, it's still being inputted into your mind. It doesn't go away. Nobody's immune from it. Nobody's exempt from it. It doesn't matter if you're in poverty, if you're in wealth, if you come from an abusive home or you don't. It's there. You could be living in a Buddhist monastery up in the highest mountain in the Himalayas, and that DFRT, wrong programming, will rear its ugly face around the corner to affect you in one way or the other. It's just inevitable. There's no getting rid of it, and there's no defeating it. You can't cure it. The goal, and that's what the point of this segment is to learn what it is and to manage it once and for all. So let's take a look at some examples. But before we get into that, like always, let me just tell you to please subscribe to this channel. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. Leave a comment or a question, and I will try to respond back to you promptly as I can. So let's go ahead and get into a couple of examples on how this programming is inputted into our minds, our database, or so to speak. So let's take an extreme example. Let's say you have a young boy, and he grows up in a house with an alcoholic father and drug-abusing father and mother. Dad's always beating mother up, smacking her around, calling her names, telling her she's this or she's that, accusing her of all kinds of wrongdoings that she may or may not be doing. This boy is watching all of this like it's a movie. It's like a video to him. He's absorbing all this stuff into that sponge that is his mind. And the father who's doing all this is teaching him that this is how you treat women. So the way his father is, his father's personality is now being programmed into the child. He's like making a miniature carbon copy of himself. So the father may also turn to the boy and say, look at your mother. She's a you-know-what. She's a this. She does this. She does that. She don't care about us. She don't love you. She don't love me. All women are like that. You just got to smack them up. You got to beat them up. You got to keep them in line. Let them know that you're a man. So what happens to this boy? All he has to go on is about, as far as treating women, is you have to smack them around. You have to keep them in line. And you can't trust them. This is the information that he has received from his earliest childhood. Now, he may go out into his environment, the surrounding area where he's encountering other external stressors, his friends in the neighborhood, his friends' parents, public servants, neighbors, anybody and everyone, even music videos, something on TV, something he sees on the street corner, and he sees things that validate that information that his father was giving him. He may see a man smacking his girlfriend around. He may see a video where the musicians are exploiting women, and he starts to think that all of this is valid now. It's all real, and this is what I need to become. And just like that, the little knucklehead is born, and he takes that on into his adult years, and he may struggle and have bad marriages, get charged with spousal abuse, may abuse his children, all that stuff. And it starts with that external stressor, that wrong programming. I mean, because we've all heard about this, learning right from wrong. Don't do this, don't spit in the wind, don't cuss, don't disrespect nobody, chew with your mouth closed, do good in school, all these things, learning right from wrong. All right? But the wrong from wrong programming is being taught parallel to this right from wrong. And I know it doesn't really make sense, and you've probably never heard it before, but we're going to break some ground right now and talk about this reality. This is what it is. This wrong for wrong programming that we're receiving alongside of everything else that we get. Now, in some cases, it's more extreme than others. There may be circumstances where it's very subtle. It doesn't occur a lot. There might be just little things here and there that is put into the child's mind, and the child's absorbing this. And then there's other external stressors outside of that is also building upon that. And then also what happens is to the degree of where it breaks down somebody's self-esteem, somebody's self-image, in the form of bullying or harassment or people telling you that you're not good enough or you can't accomplish this or that. These are all things too. Instead of the environmental factors that he's seeing, the soft and the hard that's going on, the stuff is coming at him as well, or her. You're ugly, you're fat, or you're too skinny, or you're too stupid, or they ain't ever going to let you get ahead in life. You're always going to be poor. You're always going to live in the ghetto. All these things, and these are what shapes this child's belief system. The child now is subscribed to this social mirror that he sees. That this is what it is for me, and it ain't going to get any better because all of these people that I trust told me that. The burdens of everyone else, I have agreed to accept and place them on my own shoulders, and I'm going to pass that on in posterity to my children. It's just the way it is. But we could stop that dead in its tracks. It's simple. All you have to do is understand that it exists. Understand and believe that you have received wrong programming at some point in time in your life. And what it's going to take is it's not going to be the same thing for all of us. There's no one size that fits all in understanding the DFRT. You have to take a deep and honest inventory of yourself. Go all the way back in time and take a look at all these moments of your life where those that you trusted, those that you look up to, the adults that are in your life are inputting data into your mind. What have they said to you? What kind of things have they done in your presence that may have shaped the way that you think and believe today? And this is a huge problem because a lot of people don't even realize that it's going on inside of them. They have no idea just exactly why they think or believe the way they do and why they get caught up in all these hang-ups. And then you got the other ones where the children enter into high school or junior high and high school, and now all of a sudden all these external stressors come in the way of all of the kids in school. your peers, or anyone else. Whatever group you may fit into or what group you don't fit into. You're either being bullied or you're not being bullied, in one way or the other. You're being influenced by these external stressors, these other kids. They've built up that social mirror to say that you need to dress this way. You need to walk this way, act this way. You can't talk to them, or you can't talk to them. You can't date that person, or this person's, you don't want to hang out with them because they're this or that. And this is a social mirror that basically starts to draw us in to this herd mentality or this hive mind type of a group think that doesn't allow us to express our individuality or our independence or free thought. So you may think that you're a free thinker, or you're an individual, and that you're alone in all this, but you're really not. Because everything that you do and everything that you say and the way you believe, you're mimicking others that have influenced your life. And as soon as you wake up and realize that, you're going to be able to break free and finally be a free thinker. And it just comes, and it doesn't come all at once. It's going to take a lot of time to break free from that. It has such a tight grip on you that you just can't let it go. And you just don't understand why you see the world in certain ways. You may even believe something about somebody or something, or may stereotype a certain religion or people that are of a different ethnicity because of the information that was input into you. You don't know why you feel the way you do. You just know that you don't like these people and you don't want to be around them. Why is that? Why is it that you automatically clump everything together of a group of people or somebody or something because of what you may think that that's what they are? And you haven't even taken the chance to get to know them. You haven't been objective. The DFRT and the wrong programming has completely disconnected all objectivity from your thinking. You have no rational thought whatsoever. That's why it's departing from rational thinking. So, in order to seize control of yourself and to erase the tape, because you're never going to get rid of the memories, or the programming is never going to go away. Once it's there, it's there. Management is the key. And the goal is to be able to manage it and to be able to look at everything objectively. Number one rule, look at the world objectively and know that whatever it is that you were taught to believe, or that which you may think that you believe about anybody around you or anything, that you need to be able to ascertain the facts for yourself. You need to be the seeker and seek it out yourself. Just because somebody told you that the water's cold in the lake doesn't mean that that water's cold. Just because somebody told you that this restaurant over here serves cockroaches in their soups, that doesn't mean you're going to get cockroaches in your soups. You cannot base your life, your thinking and beliefs, upon what everybody else thinks and believes, because that's when you're not an individual. And the goal for all of us to be able to achieve true happiness and success and be free from the external stressors of our life is to understand that they are a reality. They're in our everyday lives, and the only way that they can be defeated is by simply saying, no, I will not think the way you want me to think. I will not act the way you want me to act. I'm going to do what feels right for me. I'm going to believe what I think is right. And I'm going to find the facts for myself. I'm not just going to automatically accept your word for it. I'm going to go out and search for the facts myself. And if anybody has, in your life, has told you that you can't accomplish anything, or you're too fat, or you're too ugly, or you're this, or you're that, and these things have caused you conflict within yourself over your life, you need to finally come to terms with those and deal with them right here and now. And you need to throw them over your shoulder and put them in the past and have no regrets. Like we talked about in the last segment, no regrets about walking forward and cutting yourself off from that social mirror. Huge paradigm shift happening for you right now just by hearing about this. Understanding that wrong programming was given to you and you accepted it willingly. You accepted the burden of everybody else and the world and your environment, and you accepted it openly. Don't do it anymore. Let it go. So now what you're going to do is, once you've dropped that burden from you and you've lost all regret, you step forward and you walk forth in a sense of peace and freedom of individuality. And you may be in arguments where your friends all think a certain way and you used to constantly agree with them but didn't understand why you were agreeing with them but you just knew you had to. You stop doing that. And you're like, you know what? You're wrong, man, because of X, Y, and Z. So that's what it is. So what I want you to do is get out a notebook, get on your phone. You can even audio record it and start to remember moments of your life. Remember every moment that you can, as far back as you can, of all this external stressing, wrong programming. People that were putting things in your life. People that told you you could never accomplish nothing. People that told you that you were this or you were that. People that made you believe stereotypes and beliefs about other people or other things, and you didn't even go out and search for the facts yourself. Find out where all of this is, and then write it out, like how you believe that this is what's impacting the way you think and believe, and this is what shaped the way you see the world. That's what I want you to do. That's understanding the departure from rational thought, rational thinking, and the wrong programming. Seize control of your own individuality. Become a free thinker and a free spirit. Don't automatically assume that the group mind mentality is going to get you anywhere. You need to be a king among men and women, or a queen among men and women, and be the shepherd, because you can either be the sheep or you can be the shepherd. It's entirely up to you. I'll see you in the next segment.